Welcome back. The topics of perimenopause and endometriosis are important when it comes to women's health, but for some, discussing them can be daunting or upsetting. Joining me now to shed some light on these important subjects is Dr. Miguel Luna, a gynecologist, surgeon, and endometriosis specialist at HCA Florida JFK North Hospital. All right, Dr. Luna, thanks so much for being here with us today. First, how do you define perimenopause, and around what age does that start?
So perimenopause is when you have hormone fluctuations, or when your ovaries kind of stop producing the same amount of estrogen and they don't produce it in the same manner. It generally starts around mid-40s.
Okay, and how long can that go on before you hit menopause?
So average age of menopause is about 51, and that depends also, and some women can go some further. So anywhere from mid-40s to 51, 52.
And what are some of the signs and symptoms?
It's mostly menopausal. Hot flashes, sometimes vaginal dryness, abnormal uterine bleeding, and then the other ones that are associated to disease processes like fibroids, endometriosis, etc.
All right, let's talk a little bit about fibroids. What is the relationship between the two?
Well, fibroids are non-cancerous growths of the uterus that are estrogen dependent, so they grow when there's estrogen around, with a lot of estrogen. So when we have when we're in perimenopause, you can have some really high peaks of estrogen, so they can grow and symptoms can worsen associated to them.
All right, and what are those symptoms? What are those like?
Heavy bleeding, bulk symptoms like urinary frequency, constipation, like you have a bowling ball inside of your pelvis. Those are mostly the ones that we see in that age range.
And besides the high levels of estrogen, is there anything else that could contribute to fibroids?
Well, there is some data about vitamin D deficiency that can be kind of linked to worsening fibroid symptoms, but overall, being a woman of color is also a kind of a risk factor.
And what is vitamin D? What does that link that you're talking about kind of look like here in South Florida?
Well, believe it or not, there's a lot of vitamin D deficiency in Florida. So it's important to get your sunlight. But that's one of the things is that Florida, despite having so much sun outside, we are sort of vitamin D deficient.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about maybe just some of like the misconceptions that may be out there when it comes to perimenopause, because I think a lot of times, right, we're maybe dealing with hot flashes or something like that, and you think, oh my gosh, you know, I'm way too young to be maybe going into menopause, but maybe I am, who knows? Yeah. What are some of the misconceptions that you see out there?
Well, the misconceptions is that mostly that we need to be very careful that, you know, women are placed in a catalog of being hormonal beings, and it's just a normal physiologic epoch in women's life, so it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing to talk about. It's generally around where mid-40s is like people, you know, change in some way, but I don't think that this should be something that's taboo and should be talked about more frequently.
All right, well, thank you, Dr. Luna, for coming on and talking all about it. If you want to watch this interview and for more information, you can head to our website, WPBF.com.